Hey, it's your boy Don the Realtor here in Orlando, Florida. Got some parts came in. Valve cover gasket. Oh, just so you know, this is, maybe it's not a complete rebuild, but it's not a tutorial, but it's me doing this. Okay, so I'm taking the transmission, the engine, the subframe, the lower control arms, the wheels, trying to move it all out in one piece in my driveway. No lift, no special tools, no special jacks. It's just gonna be me and what I got. So we're gonna start with opening up the valve cover. I bought the valve cover. Came with all the gaskets. They came with the Valvetronic plug gasket. Came with the Valvetronic motor gasket. And I believe I think that's it. But let's see. Let's open it up and see what we got. See what we got here. I got a couple other things already, but I still have a few things coming. So this may be in a couple parts. Nonetheless, it's going to be real time, and if I hyperlapse anything, it's going to be hyperlapsed all at one time, and you're going to know how long the time was that it took to hyperlapse. So you're going to get a real idea of how long it takes me to do this. Now, this is not the video. This is not the beginning of it. This is just a, unboxing, basically, of some of the, two of the things I got right now. I still got a lot more things to get, and I got a lot of things coming. I have the disavows coming. I have the valve seals coming, the valve stem seals coming, and I have the valve stem puller tool, the valve stem spring, the valve spring tool, the valve spring removal tool. I have that coming, and so yeah, and then I'm getting new sensors, all of that. So here we go. New valve cover for the N52N engine. Alrighty, underneath here you see it comes with the new valve cover gasket molded into place. It comes with the spark plug hole gaskets. Big problem with some of these is I don't know if it's a big engine on the 5 series, but I know on the 3 series with the N52N or the N52 engine, back on that rear seal, water likes to leak inside. And when it leaks inside and gets in this valve cover, you can end up with a hydro lock problem, because the valve cover nut right here in the middle, in the back, the seal around that nut goes bad, and that cavity there will fill up with water and start leaking into the valves, and you'll end up with a water-locked engine. So be careful of that. But this new cover comes also with all new hardware, and also with a new PCV valve, positive crankcase ventilation valve. Big problem with these engines. Where is my Where's my seal there? Is it in here? Don't see it. I don't have seal for well, I got to get on them about that. Unless this is built in, you know, which it doesn't look that good if it is. That's no bueno. I have to check that out when I get pulling this. But I'm sure that this comes with a separate seal. But anyway, that's the valve cover. You have two bolts that don't come with it, which are these two right here in the front. And you just pull the ones you have there. You pull them out and you reuse them. All right. So, moving along, I have, I believe this is the transmission pan with a new filter and new hardware. Let's see what we got. I got this from FCP Euro. Everything in this box comes with lifetime replacement guarantee. Sounds good. If it actually is true. And who knows if I'll find out. But here we go. Comes with new hardware and a new nut at the bottom. So I went and got a used one out of the junkyard. You know, lucky as hell that I've even seen one in there, because I look from time to time, and you know, I've never ended up seeing one of these cars in the junkyard. It's a 2011. It's old as shit. I get it. But they don't put them in the junkyard like that yet. So they're very hard to get used parts for out of the junkyard, you know, if you want the cheapest parts. So I ended up getting a used transmission. I found one, the transmission was still in there, which is more or less because, you know, half the time these transmissions don't go bad like that. But here we go. I have the new filter inside built in, new seal, new hardware. All right. This back here. So once I get everything out, I'm going to put that transmission on jack stands or something and level it out before I put it in the engine, before I bolt it to the engine, because that transmission needs to be level when you put transmission fluid in it. And I'm also going to try to use like a pan or something and cook the oil, cook the fluid to get it to the temperature it needs to be, because it also needs to be at a certain temperature when you put it in. I don't have a scan tool. I can't read shit, and I'm not trying to get under the car and do that. So when I have it all out, I'm going to try to take care of that before it even goes back in the car. The other box I have with that was just the fluid. And then I also have, right now, new Vanos solenoids, because I've heard that those are a big issue and people try to clean them. I'm not going to try to do that. I'm just going to replace them because they weren't too expensive. You know, I ain't rich, but you know, you replace what you can when you can, I guess. So here we go. Have two of these. Those sit right here in front, which my whole engine and transmission will be out of the car, so I'm not worried about where they're sitting. But for anybody else, they're sitting right in the front, and more than likely you can get to those without removing anything. Maybe this one hose coming from the oil filter housing right here, and even then you should be able to push that down to get those out. So that's where we're at right now. Like I said, this video series is going to be it more than likely is going to be a series, but it's going to be real time. Okay, if I hyperlapse it, it's because I didn't touch the car in the time that it was hyperlapsed. And if I get to a point where I'm just doing like repetitive stuff, I'll probably hyperlapse it, just so you don't have to dredge through that whole process with me. But I will put on there how long that process took in between the hyperlapse, so you know how long it was actually doing it. And I'm going to try to get in close on things and be as accurate as possible on nut sizes and locations, you know, and like stuff like this here where you need to take the front bumper cover off. Well, there's this plastic that clips on to your bumper. You know, that's how you start with that. You pull this rubber off, this weather seal, and you got these in the front here and two clips. You know, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to start with. I believe they're T30s, or yeah, probably, I believe they're T30s, but like I said, in the actual video, I will have all the tools ready, and I will give you the exact what they're supposed to be. So be ready for it, and I'll see you later, YouTube. Dono. Catch you later.